ingest and love the music as inherently doing something wrong because it's not what we want them to do. Instead, once the internet opened everything up, instead of looking at it as an industry and saying, you know what, the world's changed. We as corporations can no longer control it. We need to find other ways of dealing with it. We still want to be paid. We want the creators to be paid, as they should be. But if we're going to hold ourselves up as something that represents them, we better figure it out. And that's where it comes from. And I know there's a moral issue, but, you know, look what we do to the world. Do we really live in a moral world? I mean, ask yourself all these questions. And when it comes back, technology leads the way to other things. We're all smart enough to figure it out. And I really do think we can.
You're dealing with that every day.
The biggest song ever. And yet a lot of people don't know who OneRepublic is. Everybody knows the song. They don't necessarily know who the band is. And so it affects the choices you make. One of the jobs a manager has to have is you have to have a vision for the artists you're representing. You know, in some ways, I recognized early on I didn't have a gift to create, but I always thought I had a gift of seeing where something could go. And, you know, my view of OneRepublic, having had the privilege of working with Gottehrer, you know, since Parachutes forward, and working with Radiohead for a period of time when I was at Capitol, I always thought that, you know, Ryan is a songwriter, a unique and gifted songwriter, like very few I've ever encountered. And the only difference between OneRepublic and a band like Coldplay, for example, is that OneRepublic is an American band. And for some reason, people don't think that American bands who write songs like that are as cool as British bands who write songs like that. And I think that part of the reason is that there is a cultural significance. In the UK, it's celebrated. In Europe, it's not celebrated. And so that makes OneRepublic underdogs if they want to have a career like that. Because he can write songs that are going to go on the radio, but then you suffer from having that sort of intangible relationship. It's almost like you're a radio unit, which I don't think is fair. Anybody's seen the band play, they're a great live band, he's a great performer, a great writer. So at this point, the job becomes, what choices do we make outside of radio to connect this band in a relationship that has no tangible value?
In Detroit, and we were backing up someone like the Kinks. And after we had done our set, we were backstage in the dressing room and feeling really good because we'd done really well. And this really smarmy, pervy guy started talking to me and saying really inappropriate things. Things that people do not say to women today without getting their head bitten off, right? Well, and he figured that it was okay because, you know, I was in the public eye now. He owned a piece of me. He could say whatever he wanted. And he said some really, really insulting things. And it made me so mad. And of course, we're raised in this family where you never answer back and you stuff it down. And then you just go back to your hotel room and write this poem called Barracuda. And you're like that. So I guess it was just a moment when the realization of, oh man, we're going to have more and more of this. You know, I recognize you go ahead, asshole.
But that's what I love, is that you funneled that frustration into one of the best rock songs ever.